What happens when one of the most powerful men in music falls from grace? The shockwaves don't stop with him. They ripple through Hollywood, exposing secrets that were buried for decades. Diddy's 4-year sentence might seem like the end of the story, but trust me, it's just the beginning. Because now, names are dropping. Big names. And some of your favorite celebrities? They're sweating right now. Joe Rogan and 50 Cent just opened Pandora's box, and what's inside is shaking the entire entertainment industry to its core. From Meek Mill's suspicious denials to Oprah's dark connections, from Ashton Kutcher's awkward silence to Naomi Campbell's alleged role as a madam, this goes deeper than anyone imagined. So buckle up, because today we're diving into the names, the scandals, and the uncomfortable truths that nobody wants to talk about. This is the Diddy aftermath, and it's about to get real.
I think there's so many fucking powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Oh, yeah.
Trials.
To ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
Let's start with the elephant in the room. Diddy's parties weren't just legendary, they were notorious. And here's the thing, everyone knew. The powerful, the famous, the untouchable, they all showed up. But now that the empire has crumbled, suddenly everyone's got amnesia. You just heard Joe Rogan ask the question we've all been thinking. How many people who attended these so-called parties, and yes, air quotes are necessary here, are now making decisions in courtrooms, in boardrooms, in positions of power? Were their judgments colored by what they saw, what they participated in? Who got the benefit of the doubt, and why? And when asked if hip-hop culture itself was on trial alongside Sean Combs, the answer was clear, no. But silence? Silence is dangerous, because if no one in the culture speaks up, the world looks at hip-hop and assumes everyone's complicit. That mind-your-business mentality, it protects the guilty and damns the innocent by association. So let's break the silence. Let's talk about who was really there and what they might be hiding. As y'all already know, Diddy's doing jail time. Yeah, the 4 years he got hit with by Judge Arun Subramanian on 2 lesser charges out of the 5 counts he was facing. Still, this case is far from over. Joe Rogan and 50 Cent are now out here naming names, calling out those folks who rolled heavy with Diddy, and they just might be next.
So the first name they dropped was Meek Mill. And it ain't even shocking, because right from the jump, Meek rolled heavy with Diddy, allegedly one of his favorites. Back when Diddy's name was still clean, Meek was right beside him, smiling, partying, taking the shine. But the second those charges hit and the RICO storm started, Meek tried to sprint away from the mess like he never knew the man. Remember when he jumped on X, talking tough, trying to convince folks he had zero connection to anything Diddy was being accused of? He said, "My voice is so powerful as a black man from the ghetto worldwide. They wanted it gone. I'm a real king straight out the trenches, under control of no human." Strong words, but the streets took it as panic, like he was trying to distance himself before more smoke floated out. Then, when Diddy finally got slapped with that 4-year sentence, Meek doubled down, started claiming he never took part in whatever people were whispering about those private mansion parties, said blogs were twisting his name, forcing him into scandals he knew nothing about. But the problem was, the memories were too loud. Anybody who remembers that 27th birthday party Diddy threw for him in Vegas knows exactly why folks are side-eyeing him. Diddy rented out the Parisian palace, spent $25,000 on the mansion alone, made sure Meek was front row with matching outfits, coordinated entrances, lingerie dancers, and even that wild sushi layout on a naked model. The party ended the night looking like a disaster movie. Broken bottles, used condoms, blood on sheets, and half an ounce of nose candy scattered across the floor. And the audio that leaked after, the one that had the internet on fire, allegedly of Meek and Diddy caught in the act, that only made things worse.
What? Yo, wait a minute. Wait. Ah!
Meek called it fake. AI, he said. Bots were out to destroy him. Except too many insiders hinted that someone from the party recorded it themselves.
Everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against cheeks. I heard struggling to take. I heard being like, yeah, daddy. Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all this because I was like.
Jaguar Wright even claimed Nicki Minaj paid a bodyguard to leak it. And when Nicki later joked that Meek loves controversy, people started raising eyebrows.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was real. Nicki put that out there. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
Oh,
She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
Okay, so.
But that's not a diss. Meek likes being brought up in that song. I don't know why you lowering his thing. You think you're doing him a favor. He's very, very happy being mentioned, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Meek snapped, even offered $100,000 to investigate the audio, then never posted a single receipt. Old clips came back too, including footage of Diddy calling Meek daddy.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Justin Bieber even commented, shaking my head with a facepalm emoji when Meek tried to deny riding with Diddy by running with the No Diddy gang.
Yo, Sal, what's up?
Yeah, y'all already know how we playing out this real life.
Real life.
Yeah. You know, Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me, you
Talk
heard?
that Meek. Yeah, Meek.
And now, after months of shouting, Meek finally switched the story. Now he says he was around the madness, but never touched the questionable stuff. Kept his distance, just vibed. So now the real question fans are asking, which version does Meek want the streets to believe? The one where he was never there? Or the one where he showed up, saw everything, but somehow was not involved in any of it? Whatever the case, now that word is going around that Diddy might snitch, the streets are loud that Meek might just be the next one to fall. Next up, the name spinning through the mix is Oprah Winfrey, and this one got the whole timeline holding its breath. Word is she's being tied to Diddy's infamous freak-off circles, and if that sounds wild, the streets are saying it actually lines up with everything people have been whispering for years. Because Oprah hanging around questionable power players ain't new. Folks still remember those cozy pictures with Harvey Weinstein, long before the world found out what he really was. They say everybody in Hollywood knew the vibes around him, yet Oprah kept pushing his projects, kept showing up beside him, even when survivors said they needed someone with her platform to speak up. That silence got people thinking she protected the system instead of calling it out. And then there's the South Africa school saga. $40 million invested, supposed to be her legacy project, yet months after opening, accusations of sexual assault hit. Multiple girls said things went wrong behind the scenes. Virginia Makopo, the dorm matron, even got hit with assault charges.
Prosecutors say former dorm matron Tina Virginia Makopo tried to kiss and fondle the girls. She's also accused of kicking and hitting some of them. Makopo pleaded innocent to 14 charges of indecent assault. and criminal injury in South Africa.
Oprah flew in, fired people, cried on camera. But critics said the story never added up.
I was, needless to say, devastated and really shaken to my core.
Now, those old accusations are getting dragged back into the light, and whispers are growing louder that Oprah might have known more than she let on. Hollywood insiders are talking too. Jaguar Wright and Dr. Umar Johnson both hinted at Oprah holding serious quiet power, the type that keeps folks scared to ever cross her.
Guests are canceling their interviews because they don't want to get blacklisted by Oprah. Who wants to be on the wrong side of Oprah in Hollywood? Who wants to be on the wrong side of Tyler Perry in Hollywood? Who wants to be on the wrong side of Steve Harvey in Hollywood?
Old clips and photos are resurfacing, with Oprah chilling beside the same crowd that ran with Diddy at those private gatherings, making folks wonder how deep her ties really went. Another name heating up the rumor mill right now is Stevie J. And this one got folks watching closely, because if you've been around the culture, you already know Stevie and Diddy go way back, deeper than rap. Stevie wasn't just in the building. He helped build Bad Boy, producing some of the biggest records that came out of that era. And when the feds ran down on Diddy's mansion, Stevie was one of the first to speak up, standing 10 toes, defending him like family.
You're hanging out with Diddy in his mansion in Miami, and Homeland Security rushes in while you're there.
While I'm there, Dolo.
You're there by yourself.
Yeah. With the, you know, he has some employees there. And
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah.
So suddenly there's red dots all over your shirt.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
But lately, the whispers surrounding him have been getting heavier. Word is Stevie was at those freak-offs too, right there in the same rooms where all the wild stories came from. Lil Rod's lawsuit even names him directly, claiming Stevie helped line up women for those nights, basically playing coordinator for Diddy. And behind the scenes, folks keep talking about a leaked clip floating around, allegedly showing Stevie caught up in the madness himself. Yet, while everybody else in the industry distances themselves, Stevie stays loud, calling Diddy his brother, still holding the line like nothing happened.
And, you know, hopefully the truth will prevail.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we got to just see how it plays out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm never going to stop being there for someone I consider to be a friend to me.
As you should.
I'm not going to turn my back. And it's like, I've been scrutinized just by being a friend. I guess someone never had a true friend before.
And that's got the streets asking, is that loyalty? Or is Stevie tied in so deep he's got no way out? Sliding right into the next name causing chaos, Ashton Kutcher. Folks have been side-eyeing him heavy. Videos show him laughing, dancing, living it up at those infamous white parties like he was front row to the whole spectacle. Then, when he got asked about it on Hot Ones, he froze, stumbled over his words, and that awkward pause said more than any press release could.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you
really?
have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. Can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory lane.
Folks remember, too, how he and Mila Kunis wrote glowing letters for Danny Masterson, a convicted sex offender. And that support only made people wonder what kind of circle he was repping. This letter caused him to step down from the organization he co-founded. And then rumors started swirling about Diddy tapes, who was in them, and whether Ashton ever crossed the line. He says he was just a guest, but the timelines got the streets asking, how deep does Ashton really go with Diddy? Next up, Naomi Campbell, and her name keeps lighting up the streets every time Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein get mentioned. Word is both Diddy and Epstein had private islands, and whispers never died about underage kids allegedly being flown in. Epstein's crimes are known,
But now folks are asking if Diddy's islands were just as shady, which celebs were in the mix. Naomi keeps coming up. The streets say she wasn't just attending. Allegedly, she was deep in the setup. Claims say she lured young girls and boys, promising modeling deals, only for them to get hit with NDAs and forced into situations far from the runway. Some even say she was a madam, helping Diddy handle the pipeline. One user put it bluntly, saying, "She gives me major madam vibes, always has. I think she does it for favors, connections, money, and to keep working. Her career has never stalled, even throughout scandals, because of who she has in her back pocket." And then there's that resurfaced interview where Naomi admits she knew Epstein, but claims ignorance of his underage activities.
The paper does manage to make it clear that you were not aware of Epstein activities. Did you know who he was?
Yes, I knew him. I was introduced to him on my 31st birthday by my ex-boyfriend Flavio. He was always front and center at Victoria's Secret shows.
Did you suspect what he was doing?
No.
Fans side-eyed that hard, saying she's dodging accountability, especially with her deep ties to Diddy. One user wrote, "She's lying, too fidgety, she knew all along." Another hit hard, saying she worked with Save the Children, the same one that just lost 25% of its income over assault allegations. Good cover, Nay. Rumors say Diddy even dated Naomi in the early 2000s. She showed up to his wild freak-offs, then wiped him from Instagram after his scandals hit. Fans can't forget how Diddy once flew to London with young Miami just to surprise Naomi with a cake for bagging her doctorate. So the streets are asking, if the feds dig deeper, just how tangled is Naomi in Diddy's whole mess?
So with all these names dropping, the questions get heavier. Who's really innocent and who's hiding in plain sight? How many more are about to fall? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this story is far from over. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for the latest scoop on celebrity drama, because trust me, this is only the beginning.